It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the 49ers and the Seahawks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows. No more...
Started the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22, Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Still 9 remaining on second down. A shotgun snap for Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not only going to catch the football, he's going to run away from me a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Geno. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners are going to have it here just past the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. On 2nd down, it's Mitchell, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Garoppolo on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 7 yards to pick up there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. George Kittle. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to... across midfield and inside the 45. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again is Smith. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo checks this one down. It's Mitchell. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. The Lions locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Justin Fields, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, let's get to the desert. Check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale.
And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. But we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. A touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 83 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run again with Carson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This
is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Time to give some credit to the bit.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
They run it with Carson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Play action. It's Smith. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll buy some time right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. ordinarily you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will tie our game here in the third. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he will find his man, Samuel. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel. 44 yards. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Valentine to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The 40, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close once. Game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14. Ballantyne to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And that is incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. So the victory here for San Francisco. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week